A 10-year-old girl controlled a lion with a glance. A realistic story. On a cold winter evening in Atlanta, in a small house on the edge of the city, 10-year-old Lily sat in a chair, quietly looking at her father, George. The house was calm, the nightly news had ended, and the TV was off. But something inside Lily had changed that day. A few days earlier, they had visited a local safari park. There, Lily saw a real lion for the first time. It was massive, with sharp teeth and deep eyes. While others were scared, Lily locked eyes with the lion. In that instant, she felt warmth in her heart. The lion, too, seemed to calm down. Even the guards were shocked. "This animal has never been this calm before," they said. That night, Lily couldn't sleep. As she looked out the window, what she saw was unbelievable. The same lion from the park was standing in their yard. It wasn't roaring or wild. It simply stared into her window with those same soulful eyes. George panicked and reached for the phone to call the police. But Lily stopped him. "Dad, wait. He won't hurt us. He came to see me." "What are you saying?" "It's a wild animal," George said, shaken. Lily quietly stepped outside barefoot into the cold, wet grass. The lion didn't move. Instead, it gently lowered its head and laid down in front of her. George stood frozen. Then he asked, "How did you calm him down like that?" "I saw him in my dream. His heart is hurting. He was abandoned, just like I felt once. I listened to him," Lily replied. From that day on, people talked about Lily, the girl who speaks to lions. Reporters, biologists, and psychologists came from all over. But Lily always said the same thing. Sometimes animals understand us better than people. You just have to look with your heart. George, once a distant and bitter man, began to believe in his daughter. It felt like she had opened the door to a world no one else could see. Continuation. Science versus heart. After the world learned about Lily's connection with the lion, scientists from all over began to investigate. Zoologists, neurobiologists, even professors from Cambridge arrived to study the girl and the lion. They called her abilities hypnosis, telepathy, or empathy, but none could truly explain it. However, one scientific group took a different stance. They labeled the bond between the girl and the wild animal as dangerous and unpredictable. "It's a violation of safety protocols to allow a child near such a beast," said Dr. Klein, an animal behavior expert. They tagged the lion with a GPS collar and placed electrodes on his head to measure brain activity. The lion remained calm around Lily but grew restless when she wasn't there. Each day, his condition worsened. One evening, the lion began banging his head against the enclosure wall. His eyes were full of sorrow. The scientists ignored the signs. "The wild instinct is returning. It's no longer safe," they concluded. Despite George and Lily's pleas, the team obtained legal permission to euthanize the lion. It was the darkest night of Lily's young life. That night, she snuck into the lab one last time. The lion lay there, barely breathing. Their eyes met again, and that bond flared to life one final time. She cried and embraced him. "I'm sorry, I couldn't save you," she whispered. The lion gently leaned his head on her shoulder, and then gunshots rang out. The world was outraged. Children and parents protested. Animal rights organizations demanded justice. A movement was born, Lily's Lion. It questioned the ethics of science without compassion. As for Lily, she became quiet after that night, but as the years passed, she grew into a global animal rights activist. George, once a skeptic, would say only this: "My daughter gave a lion peace, trust, and love. Science, it gave him a bullet." After Lily's incredible connection with the lion made headlines, the world couldn't look away. Soon, scientists of every kind began to arrive: zoologists, behavioral psychologists, neurobiologists, even professors from Cambridge. They were fascinated by Lily's ability. Some called it hypnosis, others said telepathy, and a few described it as deep emotional empathy. But no one could fully explain how a child and a lion could bond like that. Not all scientists were kind. One group, more clinical and cautious, believed that the bond posed a danger to public safety. They said, "This is an uncontrollable phenomenon. We cannot risk lives for something we don't understand." They fitted the lion with a GPS tracker, hooked electrodes to its head to monitor brain activity, and kept it under strict surveillance. At first, the lion remained calm, only when Lily was near. But with each passing day, as she was kept away, the lion grew anxious, pacing, growling softly. It wasn't aggression, it was heartbreak. Then, one stormy night, the lion suddenly began to throw himself against the walls of his enclosure. He didn't roar, he didn't lash out, he just looked lost. The scientists observed it through glass and wrote in their reports, "The animal is reverting to dangerous wild instincts. Immediate action required." George pleaded. Lily begged. "Please, he's just scared. He doesn't understand what's happening." But their voices were ignored. The research board voted. The authorities signed the papers. The lion was to be euthanized. That night, Lily waited until everyone had gone. Quietly, she snuck into the facility. The lion lay there, breathing heavily, weak, but when he saw her, his eyes lit up one last time. She ran to him. No fear, only love. She wrapped her arms around his massive head and whispered, "I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you." The lion closed his eyes and leaned into her shoulder. Then, the door opened. Voices. And then the gunshots. The world reacted with fury. The public mourned the lion. Lily's story went viral. People held signs. "Let love roar." She tamed him with kindness. They killed him with fear. A new movement was born, Lily's Lion Foundation, dedicated to bridging science with compassion and defending misunderstood animals. Lily didn't speak for a long time after that. But when she did, years later, it was on a world stage. She had grown into a powerful activist, leading reforms in animal care and protection. And George, once a silent man haunted by anger, became her biggest supporter. When asked about the lion, he always said the same thing. "My daughter gave him peace. Science gave him fear. And now the world must choose which path to follow."